My name is Matt Wallace, and I'm going to be talking about the positive effects of medical cannabis use in the United States. With the constant debate of medical marijuana being used in the United States within the past few years, there have been many positive outcomes with the use of cannabis oil, leading to many families resorting to it to help family members with diseases or personal use in general. One story that comes to mind would be an individual named Charlotte Figi, who was only 3 years old when she had her first seizure. According to the Herbal Clinic MD, doctors diagnosed Charlotte with Dravet syndrome, which is a rare form of epilepsy. With no other options for Charlotte, the family resorted to medical cannabis, which worked out greatly in their favor. Marijuana should not only be fully legal and decriminalized nationwide, but the use of medical cannabis oil should be regulated in every major city in America for the use of patients with the use within themselves. A little preview of what I'm going to be talking about today includes marijuana treating anxiety in teens and adults. The most frequently cited reasons for supporting the legalization of marijuana are its medical benefits. It has the potential to boost the economy greatly. And lastly, regulation makes use of marijuana safer in communities. First off, marijuana can be diagnosed to treat anxiety in teens and adults. Now, I know from personal use that marijuana can easily treat anxiety and help me calm down. So whenever I'm feeling anxious, I start taking deep breaths, and if that doesn't work, I can use medical marijuana in order to help me. Microdoses of marijuana are completely safe to use and recommended by doctors. The most frequently cited reasons for supporting the legalization of marijuana are its medical benefits, and the belief that marijuana is no worse than other drugs, according to pewresearch.org. 41% of the population of the United States believe that marijuana is no worse than any other drug there is. It also has the potential to boost the economy greatly. One story in Canada is that the government heavily regulates the sale of marijuana, actually. Legal marijuana is only available through government-run shops, and the country's GDP was boosted by $8.26 billion in the first year of selling legal marijuana, according to anylength.net. When the only place to purchase marijuana is in the streets, there's always a risk that the drug could be covered with harmful substances like mold or pesticides or laced with other drugs. By allowing the government to regulate the production of the sale of the drug, there's less chance that the user may inadvertently ingest something poisonous, according to anylength.net. Now, a slight alternative to marijuana would be CBD oils, which is very common in the United States currently. CBD can be a short-term treatment to anxiety disorders within adults and teens without the negative stigma that THC has. According to medicalnewstoday.com, one 2010 study found that CBD oil reduced anxiety symptoms in people with social anxiety disorders, which can be very important into treating anxiety. Participants had their brains scanned, revealing the CBD oil triggered changes in the blood flow to regions in the brain linked with feelings of anxiety. These findings suggest that CBD oil can help treat anxiety. It also reveals the mechanism of how CBD oil interacts with the brain to achieve this. Now, a few quotes from marijuana users include, "It is not as harmful as alcohol. It also helps medical conditions as a more natural substitute to pharmaceuticals," says a 46-year-old female. Another one includes, "My grandson was diagnosed with epilepsy a year ago, and it has been proven that it helps with the seizures," a 69-year-old female said. "I think crime would be lower if they legalized marijuana. It would put the drug dealers out of business altogether," says a 62-year-old female. So as you can see, the population of the United States are greatly for the legalization of marijuana, with medical cannabis included. Now, according to pewresearch.org, which is a graph, a new survey finds that 53% favor the legal use of marijuana, while 44% are opposed, so it's more than half that are towards marijuana and legalizing it. As recently as just 2006, just 32% supported marijuana legalization, while nearly twice as many, 60%, were opposed. So as you can see, over the years, people's opinions have changed because researchers have came out with new information, leading to positive effects of the marijuana use in the United States. In conclusion, because of the successful effects of medical marijuana use on Charlotte Figi, it is quite obvious that decriminalizing and fully legalizing marijuana in the United States will not just ultimately help the economy in the long run and help keep less crime off the streets, but will help save lives when it comes down to it. Thank you.